Hey everybody, welcome to Bella's Bargains. My name is Amy. If you've landed on this channel, I hope you like trash to treasures. I hope you like shopping hauls, and I hope you like to have fun because that's what we do here. If you like what you see, consider subscribing. Give me that thumbs up, and don't forget, to leave a comment. Thanks everybody. Enjoy. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow. Yes, I do. I'm in Cabo San Lucas. There will be no snow. But have a cup of cheer. It would be beer here. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And when you walk down the street, say hola to friends you know and everyone you meet. Ho, ho, the mistletoe. Okay, that's enough of that. Hi guys, welcome to Bella's Bargains. My name is Amy. Guess what? Today is challenge day. It's the 5 for under 5, and I just realized I didn't pull up the picture, so I should grab that while I can. So 5 for under 5, they do it every month, and it's at 5. I'm gonna show you the picture right now. I can't get it very big. But there they are. Boop, boop, boop. I should insert it in my video. Anyway, 5 for under 5. It's always 5 things. Each one of them is under $5, and it's always on the 5th of the month at 5 p.m. Mountain Central Time, I believe. Anyway, the guest toast, it's always done by Farm Charm Chic, which is, she's got the greatest channel. I'm sure you guys know that. But anyway, and then the guest toast is the Loft Home Decor with Karen. Karen these days means so much more than just the name Karen, doesn't it? That's funny. Anyway, okay, I have a really good, my best friend's Karen. So, okay. Let's jump in, because you guys know I'm all about trash to treasure right now in Mexico, and so I didn't let you down this time. And I really tried to do 5 different styles of ornaments with 5 different trash elements. I did it for you. All right, so let's start with the first one. It's actually a twofer. You get 2 for this one. Okay, I love these, and you're never gonna guess what they are. Like, you're never gonna get. I feel like my light. Hold on, I do this all the time, don't I? It's like, hey, my light. Look, I'm not dressed for snow. I am. It's still warm here. Okay, so these look like copper in real life, you guys. Guess what they are? These are egg cartons. So if I get really close to the camera there, you can sort of see the egg cart. You know, it's like whatever. Anyway, this side looks kind of like a seashell to me, just like the back side of these. But I love them. They're my little faux copper stars, and I love like the element of the trash wire that I find is a hook there. This was a shower curtain. Okay, never mind. I'll show you how I made it. There's the egg carton. So we're just gonna cut out. See, like that sort of tower in between the 4 egg slots. That portion there is what we're cutting out, and then I cut it in half, and we're gonna basically cut it to a point. I want to say diamond shaped. Yeah, I guess it is a diamond shape. Yeah, and then line up 5 of them. So notice my stars were 2 different sizes because I cut the shape, the diamond shape, I cut bigger on my second set. Anyway, so you can sort of see there. See how that's sort of the corner of the tower. So we glue the 5 pieces together, getting our star shape basically. And if you have to trim up a little bit, and use your first cut as your guide for the next ones when you're making these. And then I'm just sort of shaping it, stick a little glue in the middle to glue the middle part together. And now I've got my 2 stars. I'm going to paint them with my copper paint. So get those painted on both sides, and then I pull out my brown and I start aging this copper because we're going to make it look like old copper. And so I'm just really shadowing so that you're going to get into your crevices, you're going to get into your center, get onto your edges, and then you're going to sort of dry brush the rest of it. Then the black. And we do the same thing. We're following all those crevices, the edges and whatnot, and you're layering your paint. And that's how you get the faux painting that it looks like fake copper. It's just as simple as that. Now I'm going to take a piece of wire and I'm going to create my loop-de-loop hoop for this thing. And so I just take my needle nose and sort of loop it around, and then just loop it the other way for the hook part on the top. And then I'm going to add a little gold bead in the center on this one. And I like that look, but I thought I'd make the second one look a little bit different. So I pulled out the shower curtain ring, and I'm just going to bend off I just score it, and it sort of bends. As you bend, it breaks off. Then pull all my beads off. And I'm going to straighten the part that naturally has the hook in it. We want to use that hook. That's going to be the hook that hangs this little ornament. But I got to straighten out my wire a little bit there, and then put a little hook on the bottom part of it to go through my star. So I'm going to put 3 beads back on once I'm done with this. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to poke a hole in the top of my star. I'm going to put this through, and then you'll see I take the needle nose and clamp it closed so that it's hooked onto the star. Now this is egg carton, so the one thing you guys want to be really careful is you're going to poke the holes through. You don't want to rip your egg carton, so just be super, super careful. I took a piece of wire to do it, and I was really trying to be careful not to rip my egg carton because it's like paper mache, like almost egg carton is. Anyway, and then after I clip it, I think I take a little bit of black paint just to finish off the tip of that wire there because it's been cut so it's not black. And then add a black bead in the center of my little starfish. I guess it's not starfish, it's a star. But it did look like a seashell. Maybe it is a starfish. Anyway, and then just add my little beads. I love these. Again, I would love to do a whole tree of something like this because I just think it would look really elegant. And this is just that faux painting, so starting with my copper as my base and adding the brown and the black, and that really gives you that aged copper look. Love these. Okay, ornament number 1. Do you love those? Because I really do. Marcus absolutely loved these too. But this was his favorite. So the next one is, it's book pages. So I've already torn apart the book because I made, I don't remember which one it was. Anyway, I made a Halloween craft using a book. And so anyway, doesn't matter. I have book pages. Okay, so the book pages, is this not the prettiest little ornament ever? All right, so obviously the thread, what do you call that? Embroidery thread is not trash. But when Karen was just here visiting, and when she was here visiting, we made anklets out of, yeah, anyway, she brought it, she left me some. I was like, great, now I'm gonna use it to craft. Okay, and then I just love how this came out. Let me just show you, it's actually super simple. And do you not love that design on there? I love this. Like I wanna make a hot air balloon out of book pages. Okay, watch this. So I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and we're going to cut out 24 pages. 24 is what I used. And then once I had the 24 cut out, I'm going to fold them all in half. So this is where you could, this step you could do right now is actually to glue those the halves together. I didn't. But I didn't know I was going to want to until I got into putting this all together. All right, so I've cut out my template of my shape, and now I'm going to take 6 pieces of my folded in half, so I'm 12 pages thick, right? And using those clothespins, and then I cut it out and put it to the side, and I'm going to finish the rest of my pages. Once I have all those cut out, I just put a little tiny bit of glue on the edge, and then glue the next one on and hold them all together with some clothespins. And then I took my purple marking pen and I'm just accenting the edges because it's going to pull in the color that is the thread that I'm going to use. And this is where I ended up gluing the folds in half. So technically right now I have 24 double thick pieces all the way around this, right? Because I did 24 pages, folded them in half. So I have 24 double thick book pages. Now this is where I'm gluing. So it's every other page you glue on the inset right there, or like, you know, that cut, and then the next one you glue in the middle and you glue the next page. Now, as I'm doing this, I thought that was going to be enough. You'll see later on that I actually add one more glue, but you can see the idea here. So I'm gluing right there. By the way, this helps keep your pages even evenly distributed by gluing at that little cut right there, and then one time in the middle. Then the next one you glue the two at the end of the half circle right there and right there. Glue your next page up, and then glue the next one in the middle. And you're going to go all the way around, and you end up with it all glued in a pattern. Then I take my embroidery thread and I wrap it around my insets there at the top and at the bottom. And then I'm just evenly distributing. I'm trying to make sure that it's like evenly distributed. Then I braided a long piece and then I twisted it together. I just wanted to give a little bit of intricacy to the hook that I'm putting on this. So I braided a long piece, then folded it in half and twisted it into itself. And it kind of gave it a cool little twisty thing on the top of it for its holder. So again, long braid, fold it in half, twist it into itself. And then I'm just going to glue it into the top there, and I'll be able to put a hook in there. So I'm going to put some glue on here. I think I had to trim a little bit off because it was a little bit too much sticking from my knot down there. And I'm just gluing it right now before gluing the ends together before I glue it into the top. But I thought this was a pretty hanger, and it's just a little bit different. So again, long braid, and I fold it in half and twist it into itself. And then next, I am looking at the design of it on. I don't know why I showed you so much of that. Right, here we go. Done. Let's get it. Okay. Ba-dum-bum. There's our hanger in there. Okay, so now I'm going to make a tassel for the bottom. But this is not the video to show you how to make tassels because we have to get through 5 ornaments. Just know that I'm making a tassel here from the embroidery thread. And then I had a little tiny sparkly bead that I used at the very top of it right there. Okay, now this is where I go, I need to do more to this design. So what I did was, in the pages where I had put the glue at the far end and not in the middle, so I just added another dot of glue on those pages that were wide open. And then that gave me the perfect design. And I was just putting those dots of glue like halfway between the center and the other end, right? I hope you understand what that means. Anyway, remember you guys, when you're crafting, you know, sometimes it's okay to make changes. It's okay to stand back, look at it, and go like, we're just missing something here. And that's definitely what I did with this craft. In the end, that completely changed it, and I loved how it came out. I hope you guys like this one as well. So this one was Marcus's favorite because it reminded him of a glass ornament when he was a kid that he absolutely loved that was this shape. And this I think is my favorite as well. I just think it's so cool looking. I could see doing a tree actually with a bunch of ornaments made with book pages in a library. Like, how cool, right? They just have to be trash books. We can't be taking apart books. Books are important. Not that children read them anymore, but they're important. Okay, so that one was my favorite. All right, so the next one. So notice I've used egg cartons and book pages. And the next one, of course, is toilet paper rolls. What? Yes. Are you dying? This is toilet paper rolls. Yeah. I also really like this one. So, all right, let me show you how I made this one. All right, we got 3 toilet paper rolls. And all we're gonna do is slice it open so it's flat. Fold it in half, cut it. Fold it in half again, cut it. And then cut those 2 pieces in half, right? So you end up with 8 pieces from each toilet paper roll. And actually, you don't need to cut the 3rd one up totally, but anyway, that doesn't matter. All right, so now we're gonna make little breast cancer awareness or cancer awareness ribbons right here. And I'm just visually making sure they're the same size. You could definitely give yourself a template as to where to fold, make with just a line, a piece that you know, draw your line with. I didn't. I figured I'm just gonna wing it here. So, but it would probably, anyway, you do what you want. All right, so I have 6 of them, and I'm gonna glue those 6 together on the side to give us like a little circle, creating our flower in the center here. Now we're gonna make 2 of those, and then we're gonna crisscross one ribbon tail to another ribbon tail. So we're not using, I think you can tell what I'm doing there, right? So you're taking one ribbon, the left ribbon tail to the right ribbon tail, the other one, crisscrossing with just so that the little corner sticks up and gluing. We're going to do that on both of our half circles here. And then we're going to glue them together. And of course, we're just going to glue them together by matching up those pieces and lining up your crisscross so they line up, so it matches, the crisscross matches. And then you're just going to do that all the way around. I made sure that I stayed with the one was on top, and just made sure that the semicircle, one semicircle was the one that was on top. Then I'm going to take two of the pieces, the strips that we've cut, and we're going to just cover up our little glue joint there in the center. So we're just going to add that around. It takes two of these pieces to go all the way around. And you know, your ball might be a little wonky. Mine was a little wonky, but you just sort of, you kind of mesh it with your hand and it forms, because this is just lightweight cardboard, right? I love how this came out in the end, of course. All right, so once I get that all the way around, now we got to give it a hanger. Oh, first I got to glue this off. There we go. I didn't even trim it. I just let it lay over a little bit because it was a little bit, the second piece is a little bit too long, but no big deal. Now I'm going to take two of these pieces, two more of our little strips, and we're going to wind it up. We're going to start winding it up. We're going to roll that, and then once we get to the end of the first one, glue it, and then we're going to add on the second piece, and then we're going to glue that down, and look, it becomes the perfect little hanger for the top of our ornament. Glue that down, and let's start painting. So I end up painting the entire thing green. We obviously don't paint the inside, we're just painting the outside. I did intentionally make sure that I got the edges were green. You do it however you want. But notice what this leaves us with is that beautiful design in the center that looks like a flower and is the inside part of the toilet paper rolls. And so I take red and brush that in. It looks really pretty. I love also how this came out. I do love all my ornaments today. And then I'm going to paint my little hanger with the red. I thought about painting red on the strip part around the middle, and I decided not to. But now we're going to take these pearl earrings that I got at my 22 peso store. They're real pearls, and we're going to glue 3 of them together. I had 5 large ones. So on the other side, I ended up using 2 large and 1 medium one. And then we're going to put my twine hanger in here, which came from something, I can't remember what, but I saved it. And then 1 pearl in there with it, just to liven that up a little bit. And it's done. Yeah. I mean, it's some of it can be time consuming, and you might be, if you're watching that, be like, why didn't you paint it before you cut them up? I'm going to tell you why I didn't paint my toilet paper rolls before I cut them up. Because first of all, I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to paint this, what I was going to end up doing with it. And then also, because I'm sort of experimenting as I'm creating with this trash. And also, I hate the feel of the cardboard after it's painted. It's like nails on a chalkboard feeling for me. So I'm like, no, I'll paint it after. Okay, that you probably didn't even need to know that, but now you do. But don't you just love the poinsettia in the center? Like, yeah, so cool. Okay, did I show you how that one was made? Yes, I did. All right, now, for the last one, just in case I didn't. All right, for the last one, no, not the last one, the 4th one. So we've done egg cartons, book pages, toilet paper rolls. These are all like recycle stuff. So twice I've bought the wrong coffee filters. But then I just saved the coffee filters that I bought, which is never gonna happen again because now I know the right ones to buy. But then I saved them and I'm like, I'll use them for crafting. So, voila, look at this little beauty. Don't you love her? But my favorite is this right here, her halo. Okay, first of all, let me show you how she's made. Let's get those egg cartons out again. And at first I cut out 5 of the little dome shapes because I thought I was gonna make like a cone to build her on. In the end, I only used 1. And I just could see I have my 5 there. I'm like, no, I don't need all those. Now, these are the coffee filters that are like the V shape that fit inside of your, I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, So I just gave them the pleated fold, like those coffee filters. And I take 3 of them, 4 of them, give them the pleated fold, and then I glue them all together to make my little skirt for her. And yeah, there we go. It looks good already. Then once I had those 4 together, I put glue at the top and just sort of pinched it together to give me basically her neck, right? And now I'm just sort of making sure that I'm evenly to disperse those pleats and then glue around one of those bad boys and stick it in there. There we go. Now her skirt is good. I think I had to put a little more glue in there, but yeah. And that was a great way to evenly distribute her skirt and also make sure that the skirt always stays open. Now, what I cut off of the filters was the part where they crimp it together, but it was the perfect part to use for finishing off, like her neck here. And then this is a little pom-pom that came off of something that I saved. Ah, there it was. Did you see that? I trimmed off the sides for my halo. I haven't put it on yet, but did you guys catch that? Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to cut the circle out because now I'm going to make her wings. So I cut the circle out, then I cut that in half, and we're going to just go ahead and replete. Now this is the other kind of coffee filter, right? These are the round ones. My coffee filter takes the larger V ones, by the way. I just bought ones that were too small. First I bought this kind, found out that was wrong. Then I bought the V ones, found out it was wrong size. Now I know which ones to get. So anyway, but I have coffee filters to play with. All right, so I just pleat up that half circle. I put a little bead of glue, and then again, this is the crimping part from the V ones that I used to sort of bind these together. I have finished edges on this thing, which is really nice. So there's no, if you turn it around, it looks great, and I like that. I like to make sure that it's finished on both sides. So wrap that around there. And then, yeah, that looks good. I try and scrunch it down just a little bit to flatten it on the back side. And we're going to glue her wings on. Perfect. And she's angelic white. I thought about staining her. Oh, there we go. There's my little halo. And I tried with a coffee filter. I just didn't like the way it looked, so I ended up leaving her stark white. Okay, now the leaves. I mean sleeves. Not leaves, sleeves. So again, I took the one that cut the circle out, another one, and then I just used like 1/4 of it and crimped it all together at the top, right? Look at that. I just pinch it together so that I cause it to come together so that I can glue it on like an arm, pretty much, yeah. And then I think this is where I take my little pearl earrings and give her little hands, which was so cute. And she's like, done. I can't believe how much I like this one, actually, because I really didn't think it, and it's faceless. Oh, no, we're going to give it the tie first. There was my bag, and I ripped off the handle, and I'm just going to glue it together. Now, here's the thing. At first, I had a bigger loop. Maybe I should have left that, but then I, like, glued it up more and made a smaller loop. I don't know which way I like better. It doesn't matter. It's done the way it is now. Yeah. Anyway. And then I give her little pearl hands. Clutch your pearls, little angel. So, there you go. And I did not paint the green thing underneath. But obviously I can. Maybe I should. But I don't think you're going to see it when it's hanging on a tree. I'm not sure you caught that from the video, but her halo, can we just talk about it? Can we see this? So, box of creamer or anything, like that. And you know how they have the pull tab, you unscrew the top and then you pull tab it out of there? That's what this is. This is the pull tab, and then I cut down the part behind it to give her halo. And when I pulled it out, Marcus goes, do you want that? And I go, yeah, it's a halo. I was like, yeah, I want that. How cute. Do you not love her halo? Okay, so coffee filters, obviously. And then this, you saw that on there. It was a brown bag that I got, I think, for leftovers from a restaurant, and I saved the bag, of course. And the handles, this is like the perfect string handle, because they use brown paper to wind this up, whichever way you could do that, right? And I was like, so it's super heavy and stiff, following the atmosphere sort of this angel, because she's really stiff, because by adding that in there, I really held her skirt the way I wanted it. Yeah. I love her. I love her. I didn't think I was gonna love her, but I did. Okay, now the final ornament. Are we ready? Ba-ba-da-da. This one is completely trash other than the bow. And this is, if you guys watch my channel, you know I save wire. I pick up wire all the time when I'm on my walks with Jax. And so of course we had to make a wire, let's put it behind the wood so you can see it, a wire ornament one. Okay. And then this was just a little bow that came on something that I bought. So of course I just repurposed it on here. Do you not love this? I think it's so rugged and so farmhouse and just so, I love this. Okay. So now, it killed my arthritis though. If I haven't told you guys, I have rheumatoid arthritis I've been diagnosed with. So it's gonna be an issue from now on. So maybe wire crafts aren't gonna be like a ton in my future, but I don't know, we'll see. All right, so I wanna go over, did I show you how I made this one? Just in case. So this is the easiest one, but the hardest one, because manipulating the wire can be really difficult. And if you've never straightened out wire, it's an optical illusion because you have to bend one way to get it the one way. Anyway. So I had this piece because none of the pieces that I'm finding on the ground are straight. They're all like wonky. So I have to straighten it out every time I use it. But using this pill bottle like really helps me get the form because I'm trying to get it circular. Even though I'm gonna change that shape just a little bit with the loop-de-loo on the bottom. This really helps me just get it to where I want it. Okay. Once I get there, watch. I just go cancer ribbon, boom, and then I get my little thing on the bottom. See that? Now I'm going to twist it just a little bit to make sure that it stays, and look at how suddenly I have the shape that I want. So here's the hard part. I need to twist it exactly in the halfway point from that little loop-de-loo. In the end, I still didn't get it even though I tried, but it doesn't matter. It's a rugged, whimsical, no, it's rustic. It's a rustic piece, but I love it. So, and I noticed that I left the one end way longer, which of course I need to do because that's where I'm going to put the hook in. So one side is longer than the other side. Now I can cut the wire off. So I went with what I thought was going to be a long enough piece as it was. As it turned out, it was. So I was happy with that. And so now I'm just straightening some of the bits out where it's still part of the round part of the ornament. All right, now we're going to twist it here. And see, by having it on that pill bottle, we keep the form, right? Now pop it off. There we go. Look at that. Boom. I love it. Straightening out a couple of little areas there. But for the most part, it's pretty good. And then what we're going to do is the short end up there on the top of this, I'm going to go ahead and twist it around. And I'm trying to get it tight so that there's not a whole bunch of gap around the twist. I don't know if that makes sense, but I wanted it to be a tight wind. And so I'm just going to wind it around and close it off. Once I get it around, you'll see. Take that last bit, go around. You can't do this without needle nose, by the way. There's just like no way. And the gloves, like absolutely necessary. Okay, so now I have my top, but now I'm going to take that tail that's there, and that becomes my little hook, right? And I keep looking at this. I'm reshaping it. Anyway, I do think this came out really good. I mean, this is trash wire, you guys. This is just stuff that I'm finding out on the roads here in Mexico, and I collect it up to do stuff like this with. So now I'm going to do my hook, right? But I know I have all this extra wire, so I'm going to do my hook. I'm going to twist that, okay, because that's where my hanger is going to hook into to hang it on a tree, right? And then I'm going to take that other piece, and it's going to wind down, and it fits perfectly in between the gaps of the other one that wound up. I hope that makes sense. But if it didn't, I could have just cut it off right there. I just keep messing with the shape. Anyway, all right, so now once I get that down and I get that top piece, I'm going to cut it right here. And then always after you just score it, and then the wire breaks off fairly easily. Not always, not all wire, just with this wire that works best. And then I'm just going to pinch that end in. So we don't want anything sticking out because then you can hurt yourself with it. Okay, and now I'm going to shut up and you guys can just watch me. All I'm doing here is adding decoration to this. And then, so I'm going to take a piece and I'm just going to loop it around to give it some design. You could do this however you want. In the end, I love how this came out. I hope you guys do too. And it's just fun and whimsical. But let's put some music on and you can watch me finish this off. Anyway, so it was just spending it. But you guys noticed that that was my fish oil that I have to take for arthritis pills. So using that bottle was just to help keep it shaped as I'm shaping it. But anyway, I love how this came out. I think it's super cute. So we've got our wire, coffee filters, toilet paper rolls, book pages, and egg cartons. Yeah. I think that's pretty good trash to treasure. What do you guys think? All right, so once again, I want to thank Emily and Karen for hosting and co-hosting this. Make sure you go check out their channels down below, and you know the playlist is going to be down there too. This is my favorite challenge every month. This is my favorite one. So it's the one I'm always going to try and be in. Oh, and by the way, didn't you love the little pearl earrings for her hands? If you watch my channel, you saw me haul those from the 22 peso store, and I was like, I'm totally using these in crafts because I don't have any beads. And they absolutely worked out perfect. I actually considered putting 2 down here for her feet. Thoughts, should I? Maybe I should. Anyway, okay. So, and I haven't named her. I guess her name is Angel, which is angel in Spanish. Angel. Okay, all right, that's it. Go watch the playlist down below. And if you really like everything that you've seen so far, please give me any sort of Christmas emoji down below. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. Which one of these was your favorite? Everything's always going to be trash to treasure here because I refuse to buy craft supplies because I don't know when I'm going back to America. So anyway, there's that. All right, everybody, have a great day, great week, and great life. And as always, from your singing crafty crafter, have a holly jolly Christmas. Hey, Ferdinand, you've been silent. Ho, 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 the mistletoe up where you can. What are the words? Doesn't matter. Everybody, we'll see you next time here on Bella's Bargains. Thanks for watching. Toodles.